Austin, you've seen Ranger a few times. Looking back at Game 1, what can you guys take from that game to benefit you tonight?
I think just got to get them in zone. I feel like we swung at some pitches, quite a few pitches out of the zone. I think you just got to zone them up and try to get them in the middle of the plate as best as possible.
Questions? Justin, here in the front.
Hey, Austin, an elimination game, do you guys treat it the same? Does there have to be more sense of urgency, or is it important to maybe just keep the same mindset?
I think you got to keep the same mindset. I feel like it's just that unwanted pressure. If we just got to go out there and play our game, trust in ourselves, trust in our ability, and I think I like our chances then. I think when you try to build this picture of something, like I said, that unwanted pressure, you start pressing and things, kind of spiral. So I think we just got to go out there and play our game and trust our ability and know that our game is good. Dave, here in the front.
Austin, you guys had some stretches during the season longer than 3 games where you didn't really hit, and then you kind of exploded. Is there anxiety thinking, we can't really wait for it to happen naturally? It's got to happen now. I mean, it's an elimination game.
Yeah. Kind of back to what I just said. I think it's, trusting ourselves and not trying to do too much. There is some sense of urgency. Obviously, it's an elimination game, and we want to try to get this thing back to Atlanta. We just got to go out there and stay inside ourselves. I think that's the easiest, best way. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but I think that's a simple answer. There's no secret behind it. I just, like I said, play our game and trust ourselves.
In the back, Gabe.
Kind of piggybacking off that, these series are so quick. The Dodgers, I think Mookie and Freddie had one hit between them, and they're over with. How do you sort of strike that balance when you're such a good offense of it's going to come versus that best of 5 format? That's so tricky.
I think it's just trying to get it to that next guy. And I feel like that's kind of what we've missed the last few games is just we get some guys on and then not being able to really get the ball rolling. And I think that's ultimately what we're missing. We just got to get it to that next guy and continue to move down the line because, like I said, this lineup's deep, and anybody in this lineup can change a game one swing of a bat. It's just a matter of trusting ourselves and like I said, moving it down the line is the best way to describe it.
In the front on the left here.
Same subject, just to follow up. I mean, have you felt since the layoff that the offense just you've struggled to sort of get back in sync that what you guys had during the season?
I think it's evident that we haven't, been what we're capable of being. I thought the break that we had, the inter-squad games that we played, I thought they went really well. Guys were swinging the bat well. I just, like I said, I think now we're just putting too much pressure on ourselves of trying to do too much, and these guys, every one of those guys in that locker room cares a lot, and they want to help this team win. I think it's just a matter of trusting your preparation, trusting your work, and letting the game come to you and not trying to go get it.
5th row on the right.
Austin, I know that we were asking you similar things last night, but how much confidence do you have in Strider on the mound today?
A lot. I think this is the game he's been dreaming about. I really do. He's a bulldog. He's wanting the ball. His presence is there. I think he's made for moments like these, and I'm super pumped. Can't wait to get the game started.
Here in the front, Mark.
How would you describe the mood in that clubhouse right now? In 2021, you had guys like Jock and stuff keeping everyone loose. Do you feel that again today?
Yeah, no, I think we're still loose. anybody knows Vaughn, he's very light, Grissom, and he's doing a good job of keeping it light. And like I said, I feel like there's a really equal balance of keeping it light, but guys are focused and are prepared and ready to go to battle.
Here in third row.
Austin, a little bit of a bigger picture thing here. There's been a lot of focus this year on teams with high payrolls that didn't make to the postseason. But you look at you guys, you look at the Phillies, one way or another, there's going to be 3 top 10 payrolls in the LCS this year. And I wonder why you think it is. There may not be a single way to get there. Phillies did it through free agency. You guys took care of yourself through extensions. But why is the focus, you think, on that and not on the fact that teams that are built with big payrolls are doing well this year?
I think it's, I've always gone back to, for speaking from us, I can't speak for other teams, but I think it's just, Alex has done a great job of going to get good players, but also great people. And I think, a clubhouse, when it goes deep into a season, in the postseason, a clubhouse really matters. And you can pay guys all you want, but for me, if a clubhouse isn't the way, they're not connected mesh, good bonds in there, when things go south, a clubhouse really goes south. So I think that, from our standpoint, we got a really good clubhouse, and I think that's a huge factor in a run in a postseason.
But just the flip side of that, being able to retain players like you with extensions has helped to keep the clubhouse there, right? It obviously is not a negative to be able to run that higher payroll and keep guys.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think there's a fine line of mixture of, you can't. I don't know. It may be a GM question. I think there's for me, the biggest thing is just that camaraderie in the clubhouse. Yeah.
Here in the front, Dave.
Also, you talked about how Vaughn's keeping it loose, that kind of thing. Is the clubhouse, did you notice any difference at all in Snit coming in today, or is he just the same guy always, regardless?
I think he's the same guy regardless. I think he's seen a lot, he's been around the game so much. He's, like I say, seen it all, so there's no panic. He understands, and I think we all do, how crazy this game is and how things can change on a flip of a dime, and how things can go your way and how things can't go your way. So, no, there was nothing that I saw.
And the same thing with the rest of the guys. Everybody seemed like exactly the same today.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're in a good spot, mentally. Obviously know the task at hand and are ready to play tonight.
Here in the front, Justin.
We don't know how long Suarez is going to go tonight, but when you are maybe struggling to get the ball rolling a little offensively, how difficult is it to time that stuff up when you're seeing a bunch of different relievers in a game?
It can get tough. When it can. I think it goes back to just we've faced these guys a ton. We've seen them all quite a bit. So it's just a matter of this time of year. I think it's a matter of capitalizing on mistakes and just when you get those opportunities, you can't miss them. And I think that's what we got to do tonight.
Any more questions for Austin? We'll go here in the fifth row.
Okay, so I'll take another crack at it. But I'm curious, before you came in here today, you got a million questions about elimination game and so forth. Does the thought cross your mind as you're getting ready to come here, like this could be it, or just, like how do you approach that?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely are aware of this could be the last one, and I think that's a sense of urgency that you don't want it to be the last one. So you try to prepare and focus and just. I think you go back to your fundamentals of the game, of what you've done all year and the off season, and what got you to this point, and try to lean on that as much as possible.
Any more questions? We'll go here on the right.
The Phillies said that they used what Orlando said as kind of motivation for last night. I was curious if y'all talked in the locker room about the Phillies fans saying we want Strider, or doing the chop last night is something to kind of motivate y'all?
No, that's yesterday's news. It's new day today. We're just focused on getting ready to play a good ball game.
Great. Thanks so much, Austin.
Yep.